You are starting to learn one of the most popular and frequently used programming language today. When we refer to front-end and back-end web development, you may already know that there are lots of programming languages that we can use for back-end web development, like Java, PHP, Python, C#, but as for the front-end, JavaScript is almost the only language. It is built in all modern web browsers, and that makes it powerful and great language. But besides that, thanks to the new technology called node.js, it can be used on server side as well, which means that JavaScript enables backend access to databases, file systems, and servers. In this course, we will talk about JavaScript as a client-side programming language, and our working environment will be the web browser. In 2018, all experienced developers recommend to start learning JavaScript because there are tons of libraries and frameworks like jQuery, AngularJS, React, vue.js, and many others, but all of them are created based on JavaScript. Therefore, if you learn it well, you won't have any trouble to learn all those technologies. JavaScript is an object-oriented programming language, which means that JavaScript is the language that is based on an object. This is important because almost everything is an object in JavaScript, but it's different from other object-oriented programming languages. Throughout the course, you will be able to understand all of these concepts step by step in depth. You may already know that HTML is the markup language that developers use to create the content of a web page, so you can imagine that HTML is like the skeleton of the human. Then for styling and for design the HTML content we use CSS, and it's like the human which cannot think, act or move. And JavaScript is a programming language that enables to create dynamically updating content. It's like the human which can think, act, move, run, and etc. JavaScript makes the web pages dynamic and interactive. It allows the elements to act in different ways on the page, like animations, moving text, drop-down menus, and so on. Alright, let's talk a little about the history of JavaScript and the versions of it. JavaScript has a strange naming history. It was created by Netscape in 1995 and was called as LiveScript. But after a year, it was renamed as JavaScript, hoping to capitalize on Java's popularity at the time. Actually, Java and JavaScript are completely different programming languages. They do not have the relationship. In 1996, Netscape submitted JavaScript to ECMA International for standardization, and eventually in 1997, ECMAScript 1 became the first version of JavaScript language standard. In 2009, ECMAScript 5, or simply ES5, was published with lots of new and cool features. And after 2012, writing code in ES5 became much more popular. The new version of JavaScript was released in 2015 and was called as ECMAScript 2015 or ES 2015. Today it's known as ES6 as well. ES6 is the huge update of JavaScript. There are lots of new and great features added to that version, which you will definitely see throughout the course. After that, 3 more versions were released: ECMAScript 2016, 2017, and 2018. But for now, actually, they are not widely used.